Hey, what's up? Today we are going to look into the problem of the day for finding the next greater element in a circular array. So, what do we have in a problem? First of all, given a circular integer array, the task is to determine the next greater element for each element in the array. Now we have taken an example of 571260. We need to iterate over this array. Need to find um, the next greater element of it. uh, for every element we need to find the next greater element of it. If the next greater is not present, we will just return -1. And it's a circular array, so we will kind of need to iterate it twice. So the next greater element of an array arr is the first element that is greater than arr I. uh, when traversing circularly, if no such element exists, we will just return -1 for that position. Since the array is circular, after reaching the last element, the search continues from the beginning until we have looked at all elements once. So we will going to basically, once we have iterated this, once our pointer has started from here and it iterates all over up to the last index, it is going to go back again to the first pointer, and we will just do it twice because if for the multiple number of times it won't make any sense. So yeah. And one other thing is that we will also put what technique actually will be using for solving this problem. We will be using stacks we are using because we will just store at the top of we will just store the smaller element if we may not find the next greater element. For example, we are having 1, the next greater element is 2. We are having, if we are having 6, the next greater element is not 0 or 5. So we will just put it into we will just put 6 into a stack, and we will iterate it, and we will iterate further. We will see what's the next greatest element for 0. We will be pushing it to stack. We will be, as the array is circular, we will be, the pointer will come to 5, and we will be putting 5 as the next greater element of 0. So that's how it's going to be used. As we can see here as well, the as in our example 1 3 2 4, the next greater element for 1 is 3. 1, the next letter is 3. The for 3 it is 4. The 2 went into a stack. We find the next greater for 3 is 4. The 2 was not the next greater. And then we go to 4. Now for the 4, the 4 for its next greater, it's not 1. We will be putting it into the stack, and we will be jumping to 1. So for 2, the next greater will be 4. And as for the 4, the next letter does not exist, we will just return -1. So let us just look at its code. We have actually declared n size, and for the answer we have declared vector ans, and we have initiated all its values to -1. So we will just change those values for which we find the next greater, and for those which we don't, we will just let them be, and its output is going to be -1 for them. And the stack we have initiated as st. Now we are going to actually have a nested loop in this problem. For the first loop, it will be a for loop which is going to iterate the array twice. That's why we have marked the that I should be 2 multiplied by n, 2 times the n. And as the array just contains 6 element in our example, uh, we have here I percentage n, which is basically going to mean that once it has iterated through the 6 element, it's gonna return the remainder of uh, after dividing the next integer, like it is going to be 7, which will be divided by 6, the remainder of it would be 1. So we'll jump back to the first index, which will be 5. So now moving on, we have also declared a while loop in which if the stack is empty, sorry, the stack should not be empty uh, for its condition. If this condition is satisfied, then we will initiate the loop, and the top of the array, the top of the and the element, index at the top of the stack, its value in the array should be less than that of the num. uh, like here, if the like here if it's 0, like we went to the first element, uh, we push as the stack was empty, we jumped on to this condition. If I is less than n, we will push this value into the stack, so the 0 is pushed into the stack, and then we will move back, and then we will jump onto the next iteration of the for loop, in which I percentage n, which is 2 percentage 6, which is going to be 2. uh, so the stack is not empty now, stack is not empty, and array st top, the what is at the top of the stack, it is 0. And at and at sorry and at array 0, what do we have? We have 5. So the 5 is less than that of num. What is num? Num is index 1, which is 7. Okay. So 5 is less than that, 5 is less than that of 7. So array top is going to the index which is at the top of the stack, which is 0, it is going to become num. So the next greater element for 5, so the next greater element for 5 is going to be 7. So in the answer array, the 7 is going to be at the first index, and for the rest it's still going to stay -1, and it will keep on changing as we will keep on iterating through the initial array. And we will also pop the element, because we don't want to, because we don't want it to cause any trouble, because we have already found its answer, so we will just pop it out, and we will push the current element, which is greater than that of the index at the top of the stack. We're just going to push that index, which is actually 7, back to the stack. And we will not and if I is less than 1, I is less than n, only then we will be pushing those into the stack, because if we will push the elements back, if we push the elements into the stack in the second iteration, it is just going to loop around and do this perform the same operations again and again, and at the end we are going to return answer. So that's how this code is basically going to work. If I'll click submit, yeah, so it's gonna complete all the test cases. The two accuracy is 100%, and the time taken is 1.7, and it's in C++. Okay, thank you very much.